Hello, hello. I'm here. Super days late. Um, but I need to do the GM turn post haste. Um, so this is it's like 9 o'clock at night. Normally I like to do this in the afternoon on Saturdays, but I've been moving more again. Um, and my whole week has been kind of a shit show. But I'm gonna get it done. Unfortunately, I think Countdown is going to end either this week or next week, but we're very close to the end of this show. So the GM turn is actually not going to be that long. Um, the most important thing I need to do is go through and decide what really matters, what still matters. Um, so I'm gonna X stuff out. The first thing that we know doesn't matter: the candy shop. Not relevant anymore. I don't think the characters will ever go back to that area. We don't care. The junkyard, also in the wrong area to still matter. If it's not in the city or beyond, it just really doesn't matter at this point. The vivarium, the vivarium is technically not in the. Well, the vivarium is in the city because that's the plant army. Um, I will keep this because it's in contention, but um, it's fulfilled. Like there's not anywhere that this moves forward. The stakes question does not matter. And actually, I'd rather change it. Zoom in here because I can see it, but maybe you can't see it. Um, Instead of how will Gucci deal with the overgrowth of the junkyard, um, because Oler is blessing Glass. Glass is basically the embodiment of the maelstrom, and Oler is blessing that. Um, what does the overgrowth do in the wake of the blessing? That's really the only stakes question I have here. Um, we'll see. Their impulse is to leave people bereft and to sacrifice. But do they just does that mean they just sacrifice the whole reality? And to achieve this blank slate that Glass is looking for? Sorry, I'm literally sitting in the only piece of furniture in my house, and it's my bed. So my laptop is in my lap, and it looks like there's an earthquake, but there's not. Fear not. Um, but yeah, what do they do? Like once their purpose has been fulfilled, like what's their post? Like what's their end game? I don't know. We shall find out. The ripping is still working for me. This move worked. Um, and the queen did convince Rill of her hallucination, so we don't need to know this. What we do want to know is how will the ripping change after the blessing? Because Oler is going to show Glass the proper way to start over, and not just like this ruinous shit show. Um, but these two are still in contention. I'm still interested in that. Uh, the tillers are done. They did what they wanted to do, which is till the land, commit mass suicide, and become a plant army. Um, there's not really like they're just the overgrowth now. Um, Baby is Granny Gucci's car. The brakes are gonna fail in this last episode because she's away. And um, oh, that's interesting. Why is that the question? Oh wait, no, I get it. Yeah, this all makes sense again. Um, how will baby keep? How will baby bring Gucci back to Oler? Rather than the brakes failing and keeping her emotion that way, I think baby, there's going to be something about her trip with Rill that's going to lead her back, and it's going to be some due to some quirk of her car. Um, and I'll have to think on that in the moment and see what that could be. And then those are all of our threats. So basically, what we have is the Vivarium and the Ripping joining together to create this blessing of the Maelstrom and baby sucking Granny Gucci back in. So all of our pieces are being pulled into the center and transformed. And I think I don't know. I don't have a way of knowing really what that's going to look like. Um, but it's really going to be about how do you start over, deleting things that don't matter. Um, what does starting over look like, and how is it not? It's our stakes question. Do any of these still matter? No. Stop it. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Um, what does starting over look like post blessing? And how is it still fucked up? Um, because we don't get happy endings, and I don't think Oler or Glass are really looking for that. Certainly not Rill. Rill wants to burn the city down, and that's definitely going to be a part of it. But we're going to emerge into this new destroyed world, um, and I'm interested to know what that looks like and how it's different from where we started. Um, oh, hey, it's Adam. Yeah, we've got it's our 10th episode this week, and I think it's our last one. Sorry, I've only got one screen, so I can either look at Roll20 or I can look at chat. Um, I've only got one piece of furniture, so I can literally only sit on my bed. And GM, terrible. Um, but yeah, I'm really interested in how the maelstrom is going to be altered by Oler's ritual, and how this transformed maelstrom is going to act upon the world, and how it's different from um, what it had been doing. Um, and I'm also interested in, and I should add this as a stakes question, what what is the maelstrom aiming for? We know that Glass has been trying to create, and is Glass is fundamentally a creature of destruction and cannot create. But what does Glass's ideal creation look like? Glass is, in my mind, a very tragic figure, because Glass just wants to make things, but everything they make is fundamentally flawed, um, and self-destructive, like Oler and the world. Um, so will Oler's intervention, and Oler can't fix that. Oler is themselves one of Glass's flawed creations. So something is gonna go fucking hella wrong Um, and there's no way that it can't, because both of them are these inherently destructive and self-destructive entities, and bringing them together is not going to create stability. Um, so what is Glass trying to do? Um, and yeah, yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna reach a bad end. It's not even a spoiler because it's Apocalypse World, and it is uh, many ways inevitable. You always reach a bad end, or at least when I run this game, I always reach a bad end. But that's true of almost any game I run. I am rambling. I may have imbibed some beers. Um, but yeah, so it's really like there's not too many specific questions left. Um, it's just Oler and Glass are going to try to work together to create something, and neither of them are capable of it. Um, Rill just wants to burn shit down. So perfect situation for her. Booty really wants to go on a date with Glass because Tara. Um, I don't think Booty is like ready for what's going to happen in front of her. And Grandma Gucci is actually the only character I think that could create something realistically. Um, but she started out as a savvy head, and she got burned too many times, and now she's a driver. She's running away. Um, and that's kind of the tragic end to this, is that everybody's too fucked up to make something nice, and the only person that was capable of making things got so fucked up that now they just want to run away from all the destruction. Sad times. Super into it. Um, but yeah, very short GM turn. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get my shit together to do it. So I could just answer random questions for a bit. Have I been streaming at all recently? I do. Well, yes and no. Most of my shows are on twitch.tv/Misscliks, Misscliks, wherein I DM D&D, and I MC Apocalypse World. This Apocalypse World game is probably going to wrap this week, but it's all on YouTube. Uh, and my D&D show has probably 3 weeks max left in it, so that's almost done. Um, and then I'm doing a bunch of off-stream things because I just moved to San Francisco and started a new job. I've been very busy. What am I enjoying about running Apocalypse World? I really enjoy the amount of space I can give to my players to do crazy things and to do basically whatever they want. Um, it's something I'm also really liking about running Blades. But I like that they're able to take all these grandiose yet pyrrhic actions. Yes, yes, I am running into the thing that an Apocalypse World does, where it just gets weird at the end. Um, yeah, definitely. Like the Maelstrom is ripping the world in a very literal sense, like ripping the veneer of reality away and exposing what's underneath to like create a blank slate, but like in the most horrific way possible. And Oler's like, let's try doing it. Oler being Andrew, let's try doing it another way, but that other way is also fucked up. Like shit just gets weird. I don't know. I don't know that I'm interested in trying to run an Apocalypse World where it stays like very grounded and not weird shit. Because the Maelstrom is like super. I think it's because the only way you can ask questions that aren't on a list is by opening your brain to the Maelstrom. Like, you can read a situation, you can read a person, but those are very specific questions. And if you have something else that you want to know, you have to ask the maelstrom. And that just injects weirdness into the world. Like, the best way you have to interrogate the fiction is via the weirdest shit in the fiction. That's my take on it. I really like the new way of doing threats, um, as compared to fronts. I like not having threats put into like boxes and groups. I like having the threats just laid out and able to interact with each other. Not that they couldn't before, but like that categorization always felt kind of like limiting to me to group threats under a front. Sorry, I'm waving my hands in front of my camera and just making kung fu motions that make sense only to me. Yeah, I mean, barfing forth Apocalyptica definitely injects some of that weirdness, but you could barf forth um, really gritty, realistic, nuclear winter, no weird shit, apocalyptic shit. But like the psychic maelstrom being like your main vector of narrative, fleshing out the narrative, has a definite effect, I think. Also, because you guys know there's a chat delay, so I'm answering questions out of order. Whatever. I'm tipsy because I was at work. When I tweeted that I was still in the office, do not feel sad. I was shooting the shit with Britt Wiseman, and that's why I'm late. Do I like the extended playbooks? Um, yes. The only person that really messed with them was Andrew. And Andrew is very experienced. That's why I wanted them on the show, because Andrew knows way more than me and is a good reference. And I did ask them about this beforehand. I wasn't just like secretly bringing them on to be my GM Wikipedia, but I was like, I'm gonna ask you lots of questions. Is that okay? And they were like, yes, it's okay. Yeah, Andrew picking the child thing as their playbook at the beginning really focused us hard on the Wolves of the Maelstrom and what the Maelstrom was trying to do. That was what that's what our game was about. Um, and Andrew taking moves from the Water Bearer and then converting into the show has like really pulled the game in another direction. Like the game definitely follows where Andrew drags it. Which is good because Andrew drags it to marvelous, magnificent, and very strange places that I enjoy. I'm really liking the show and the way that the show describes things, and like now there's metaphorical but maybe literal death satellites and like aliens and shit. Like the show really like really injects some like weird ass shit into the game. Like really really weird imagery. But yeah, the extended playbooks. I don't know that the extended playbooks became the like pulled the game so hard because of themselves or because Andrew was playing them, and Andrew knows how to get shit done. Big ups to Andrew. You the best. Couldn't have done it without you. And also, I really like Tara's character. Um, I've never been so freaked out by somebody in a dinosaur Kigurumi, and I hope to God that I never will be again. Um, and everybody's character, like Real started as like the central character because she was the hocus and leading the cult, and her sort of like lackadaisical approach to managing her people, and then they just all die immediately. And Rill's just like, I guess I'll just start burning the world down. Like that's been very key too. And Grandma Gucci being the one that's really struggling to get something done in a situation where everything is self-destructing. Like every character has been really interesting to me, which makes for a good game in my opinion. Yeah, definitely the playbooks create the game. Like and it's very player focused and player character focused in a way I really like because I don't like writing a story and then pushing my characters along that. Like I really like just giving them a space to create. Like I like facilitating in that way. I don't think of myself as like a terribly creative person, but I feel like I'm better at facilitating other people's creativity, which is why I like jamming in the way that I do. Yeah, I don't know if this is a second edition thing or I just wasn't playing first edition right, but like generating threats based on what the characters have instead of like trying to come up with some like things that might be around. Like I really like that. Like where you are immediately is a threat. Session one, we know this. That's like really nice to me. Yeah. Mm. More aggressively a second thing. Yeah, I totally missed that in first edition. So, but yeah, second edition, it's like no, no. If they have a thing, it it's gonna hurt them. And I've always really liked how explicit Apocalypse World is and how to run it. Because it's the first game I ever GM'd, and that was helpful to me, and it continues to be incredibly helpful. Um, I guess the only other thing I could really talk about is my projects moving forward. Um, After this game wraps and after Prophecy wraps, I'm gonna take like a couple of weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks off of GMing on stream probably. Um, but I really want to get Misscliks going on like a Blades game. I would love to get people to do Burning Wheel. I would love it. But I have to get people to buy the book. Um, and or find people that already have it. And like I know Jess has it. Um, Obviously, I have it. Britt could probably get it. Uh oh, oh. Let me tell you about my Burning Wheel game that I'm playing off stream. Oh boy, my character is the best. Um, yeah, Halfwing Scene is running it, and I'm playing. It's me, Dave, Dave's friend, and I Fly Dragons, aka Tom. My character. So okay, setting macro to micro setting. We're in like a Freeport pirate town where there's no like government authority. There's just like criminal authority. And the portmaster of the town, who used to run it with an iron fist, has just recently died. That's our situation. My character is Nadine, who is the madam of the best brothel in town. Um, I have the portmaster's secret love child, my son, who is a half brother of one of the other PCs. Uh, and I spent resource points on a local reputation not to be fucked with because somebody tried to cross me in my own establishment and I gutted them in the tavern. So, Nadine has a reputation. My traits are things like cold hearted, shrewd, alcoholic, um, like just like a real raging termagant. Like, just holy shit. And my instincts are like, if someone crosses me, I must get even immediately. The kid is not a relationship. I have a relationship with the dead portmaster that is like a mechanical capital R bleh, relationship. And we ruled that that was what I really had because enemies and friends of the dead portmaster are all going to be trying to fill this power vacuum, and that's how my relationship is mechanically important. But yeah, Nadine is a monster, and I love her. I love her so much. I can't wait to stab somebody. Yeah, I'm gonna see how it plays out. Um, like it's definitely a powerful relationship to have had, and it gives me access to like secrets and knowledge about that person that I wouldn't otherwise reasonably have, and it gives me clout too in the setting for however long that lasts. But yeah, I really put myself on like a very unstable footing, which I'm very into, and I'm looking forward to it. But that's the offline game we're running, and I really want to get Misscliks Burning Wheel going, but that's a longer project, and I don't know who I can get to commit to a longer stream project again. We all kind of need some downtime. Like Prophecy's been going for a year, and then some of us have been doubling up with it. Um, Apocalypse World. So we kind of went hard on it this in 2016, and we need a breather. Yeah, there's some sort of like zeitgeist for games, right? It's like it's definitely a thing. It's like everybody's like, and now is the season of Blades in the Dark on all the channels all the time. Um, and now it seems like everybody wants to do Burning Wheel. It's just something in the ether, maybe just something on the internet. I say ether, but it could just mean the internet. Yeah, the Blades game I'm running is pretty fun. They just accidentally activated a hull in the middle of a very fancy bank. It's like this big golden statue that's supposed to be really fancy, but in my mind it's CeeLo and his like golden Grammys outfit. Ethernet. Holy shit, we're taking it back. Um, and that's going on. And then the one I'm in, that Sterling is GMing. I sent my character got incarcerated, and I thought she was gonna die because she already has 3 traumas. Um, but I rolled a 6, so she came out of prison all tatted up and like ready to gank a motherfucker for looking at her sideways. Oh, all of my characters are like this. I don't know why. Yeah, Golden CeeLo Hull. That's just what it is in my brain, and I'm gonna tell them that, and I'm like, get wrecked. Your imagination, my imagination, has come to stomp all over your shit with some meme garbage. Yeah, we were kind of like, I get a prison claim, and then we were all like, what's that? And it's apparently like this whole other claims map, and we didn't know where to put it, and like it's kind of tenuous, but we'll work it out, see how it goes. But yeah, Thistle. Her name is Thistle. Her name is actually it's like Nkemwe. I think it's Nkemwe, but nobody can say her name, so it means Thistle, and she just tells everybody to call her Thistle. She actually doesn't talk to anybody because she doesn't speak Akarosi too well. She's Severosi AF. Mimi Garbage is my new D&D character name. You're welcome. Yeah. All people have golden CeeLo hulls in their Blades games. Somebody please tell John Harper to make that canon. Uduasha. Or Udwasha. Udulasha. Probably Udulasha. Yeah, I want to watch more Blades. Like, I need to catch up on the roleplay Blades game. Um, I haven't had time to watch anything. Like, I hang out and chat, but I'm like, I have like hella shit to do and I can't just like absorb this. But yeah, I want to watch more Blades and like try to get better at understanding how it fits together. Yeah, Scum and Villainy is done. Adam Coble, why isn't your shit done? The fuck do you do all day? I find Tycheros too edgelordy for me. Like if somebody's Tycherosi, I'm already suspect. Like, please don't be Reaper in my game, thanks. And stop talking shit. That's not true. I can't. Um, it's pathological. I just remembered I have gummy bears in my bag. Um, yeah. So, Apocalypse World, random chit chat about shit. As always, this is probably I might do a wrap up session after this week's episode, if it is indeed the last episode. I might do a wrap up session. Hopefully, I can get it in on Saturday. But if not, I will just randomly do it like I did this. And then, as always, stay tuned to the Misscliks Twitter and my own Twitter to find out what I'm working on that can be presented to the public. And also to see my sick retweets. I retweeted some gold A+ tweets. But I'm gonna get back on my Twitter game because now that I don't shitpost my work, I have to find a new avenue for my shitlord sense of humor. But anyway, yo, don't you Mass Squad loot me in my own fucking house? The fuck? I got a wrench now. I'm not gonna put up with that bullshit. But that's it. Thank you all for swinging by. I hope you have a good rest of the week. And as soon as I get my shit together, I can maybe go back to streaming other things on my own channel. Who knows? But have a good night.